Three mistakes new setters make that cost them thousands of dollars each month. So a lot of people are tapping the high ticket sales. A lot of them start off as setters because, of course, their baseline isn't the best when it comes to sales knowledge as well as experience, right? A lot of people who come into sales either might not have like a strong suit or a strong baseline of communication, which is very crucial when it comes to being able to speak to prospects. And on top of that, they might not know the frameworks when it comes to closing, which is the next level after setting. But setting is a really good place because personally, I made 6K as my highest as a setter, a phone setter essentially. And there's endless amount of opportunities to make at least 10K. I've seen it with a lot of people make 10K, 15K per month as phone setters. So number one is you sound like a script, not a human being. A lot of people make the mistake of sounding like a script and being very robotic with the prospects, which of course turns off a lot of the prospects from the first 5 to 10 seconds. It's very important to have like a very seamless conversation with the prospects. People could tell when you're reciting lines instead of having a real conversation. The robotic tone, it kills connection instantly, right? So a lot of people when they get started with sales, they do have the robotic tone because they don't know the script or they don't know the framework and they don't understand exactly where to go off of the framework, which of course, the only way to get better is, of course, putting the reps. On top of that is by practicing the script every single day to the point where you internalize it into your mind. You could go off of the script and really have a genuine conversation with these people. You're relying too much on the script to sound perfect, but instead you come across fake, stiff, and disconnected. That's where a lot of people make the mistakes. Use the script to really understand the structure, like I mentioned earlier, not to hide from behind it. Speak like a human who actually cares, not an actor reading lines. Look, guys, sales is all about connection, really helping people solve their problems. You're right. As a phone said, you're really just figuring out exactly what their situation's like. Are they committed to making a change? And do they have the finances? It's very simple. And if they don't have any of that, of course you disqualify them. But if they do, you pretty much set the call for the closer to really close the deal and help them actually solve their problem and give them the solution. So your job as a setter is very easy. As a setter, you got to realize this. You are the first point of contact of the company. So make a good impression for these prospects to feel like, okay, they're making a really good choice on the next call when they do buy. You're essentially priming them to buy whatever we're selling, essentially, right? Number two, mindset will make or break you. It's not what you say, it's the energy behind it. It's your mind. If your mindset's off, people feel it before you even speak. You're coming desperate, doubting yourself, and afraid to lose. The energy repels trust, no matter how good your pitch is. Reframe failure as feedback. Very, very crucial for anything, whether it's in sales, fitness, or whatever the case is. Remember, reframe failure as feedback because that feedback's going to help you to really grow into the next level and help you to accomplish more things along the lines, right? Down the line, I meant. Not personal rejection, remember that. The right mindset turns every call into a lesson or a win. So mindset plays a huge role, guys. And that's something I really want to touch upon because a lot of people just focus on the wealth aspect and become very unfulfilled with other areas of their life. For example, relationships, wealth, as well as, health. A lot of people neglect health when they get into sales because they have to grind 24/7 because sales is all about grinding and really, making money because you're essentially writing your own paycheck. You're writing your own check. And that really depends on what type of energy you come with. If you're jacked, if you feel confident, look, guys, a thing you guys need to work on is your physique. It plays a huge role because number one, you're going to feel much better and you're going to feel very, very congruent to like the things that you're speaking to on the calls with the people. For example, like you got to be honest, if you're selling a fitness offer and you're out of shape, how the hell are you phone setting or even closing people on calls if you're not even living the life that they want to live? So you guys got to understand, you got to work on your health, you got to work on eating clean, you got to work on your physique, become more jacked, or even become like a person who could run 50 kilometers or whatever the case is, right? And then when it comes to relationships, like imagine you having bad relationships with your family and friends. That's really going to reflect on the calls. You guys got to understand, you need to align these pillars and essentially be very aligned with everything so you could actually feel fulfilled when you're on these calls to truly help the prospects out. The last one is stop chasing, start sorting. You're not supposed to convince anyone. You're here to qualify. The more you chase, the more power you give away. When you try to close unqualified people, it feels like pushing a rock uphill. You waste time, energy, and confidence on the wrong ones. Filter fast, qualify hard. Your goal isn't to close everyone, it's to find the right fit fast. So look, guys, when it comes to sales, not everyone's gonna buy your product, okay? It's highly unlikely 100% of all the leads are gonna buy your product or your service. You gotta understand who you're speaking to and when to disqualify them. Look, if they don't have the finances, you can always follow up with them. But if they have $0 and they have bad credit, disqualify them. There's no point of wasting your time on these leads because number one, if they truly want to be helped, they need to put themselves in a position where they could be helped, right? Not everything in life is free. Not everything can be a handout. And that's just reality, guys. Right? So when you're speaking to these people, have the authoritative figure on the phone setting call, showcasing that you are the person who's like the gateway essentially to the closing call, and you're here to help them and guide them in the right direction. You guys got to understand you're there to really qualify if the lead is truly capable of being able to buy the product or the service. Don't waste time on qualified leads because it's just going to waste your time, your effort, your energy. And no one wants to waste energy. No one wants to waste time because we're here to make money. We're here to really level up our lives. So, guys, that's pretty much three mistakes that a lot of new setters make when they come into the industry. So, avoid that as fast as you can. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I can definitely, reply anytime you guys have a question. Just remember, take it easy and everything will be fine. Peace.